sitting here lonely like a broken man, selling my time and do the best I can. I wasn't bosses surrounding me, but I don't want your sympathy. Oh baby, I just need your tender loving to keep me sane in this burning oven. When my time is up, be my reaper, like Adam's work on God's green earth. My reaper, baby, yeah, miss my reaper.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Tom here from Electric Games, and welcome to a new video involving good old death and destruction and no dearth of delight. We are going to be covering the brand new game Deathloop, released on the PlayStation 5 on September the 14th. Tell me how this sounds. A James Bond film, but it isn't a film, it's a game, and it's not Daniel Craig as James Bond, it's Samuel Jackson. And the whole film is having a bad trip. What do you think? Does this chaotic idea sound like your sort of thing? Yeah, pretty much, at least in my case. Thankfully, this idea is not confined to the realm of the imagination. It exists. It's called Deathloop. The logistics of this game are a bit puzzling, so I will try my best to decipher what is going on here. Deathloop was created by Arkane Studios and published by the Microsoft-owned Bethesda Softworks. But Deathloop will be a PlayStation exclusive in its first months, since the game was developed and signed off to PlayStation before the Xbox acquisition. It will come to Xbox, but just not yet. Deathloop is a first-person action-adventure title that is difficult to describe because of how wacky and loony it is, but I will try to briefly convey the brilliance of this game anyhow. You know I love a game comparison, so here goes. Deathloop is a merging of Fallout graphics and Dishonored gameplay, with a narrative a result of the film Inception going pear-shaped, and it has all the dry humour of a blockbuster comedy, and the art style of a 60s based Quentin Tarantino movie. Quite the recipe, eh? It isn't hard to see why the gaming community has gone absolutely nuts about the game, with footage released during Gamescom 2021 that gave us a taste of gameplay, leaving us all with our minds boggled and our gaming thumbs wanting more. Deathloop is a game as retro as it is intricate in concept, at least to begin with. We are the ever sang-froid Colt, a hired killer who finds himself stuck on the party island of Blackreef, trapped in a simulation of sorts, with a merry bunch of celebrities. Doesn't sound so bad for one night, does it? But for every night for the rest of time, it is not such a pleasant idea. Colt, who is a skillful assassin, decides that he must break the circuit by taking out the 8 ringleaders who built the loop. Believe it or not, Deathloop takes place over the course of one drawn-out night, a Groundhog Day that repeats itself infinitely until we get everything right. Sounds easy enough, kill those we had a bone to pick with, and jobs are good and right. Not so fast. We are not the only assassin on the island, the other of which wants to protect the loop, meaning they must kill us. Our nemesis is called Julianna, and if she or the loop's army of visionaries kill us before we attend to each task, we fail the night, destined to try again. It's not a concept I have come across before outside the roguelike titles, but I do like it. It's novel and exciting, and the change from each of our gaming mixes for a time. So, how do we go about beating the system? We might begin by performing some stealthy recon surveillance. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Picking up information through any means necessary, even if that means eavesdropping, so that we can think through how we might get through the level. Victory in Deathloop takes patience, diligence, and a sanguine outlook, but with our patience comes a certain flexibility. We can assassinate people in whichever way we choose, with access to a wide selection of tools and a carte blanche that gives us total murderous freedom, which, when we learn of our weapon arsenal, is extraordinarily fun and seldom gets old. How about going against our flippant hero Colt? Perhaps you are tired of his optimistic quips, or maybe you don't like cuss words, and you feel you ought to teach Colt a lesson. It might feel wrong to do so, but it also sounds pretty fun, particularly if you are a misanthrope. In multiplayer mode, we control either Colt or Julianna, each tasked with their respective missions, whilst another player controls the other character. It's a 1v1 scenario where we are trying to torture and brutally kill one another. Back in the day we could settle our petty squabbles by meeting each other on Modern Warfare's Rust map. Now we can do so in Deathloop. We are so looking forward to having an absolute whale of a time while playing Deathloop. Though we don't expect the game to be a walk in the park, nor do we think it is for the faint of heart, requiring us to at points think prudently and tactically before our bloodthirst gets the better of us. The replayability of Deathloop, along with the sheer number of ways to complete each level, makes it a game well worth dabbling in. More, the eccentricity of the game's visuals and art style, along with the absurdly barbaric killing sprees and its simultaneously humorous nature, creates a gaming experience that pulls you in and keeps you there. If savage killing sprees using shotguns and powers that allow you to fling enemies through glass sounds up your street, be sure to purchase Deathloop from the Electric Game Store, link in the description. Thank you very much for watching this video on Deathloop. I hope you all enjoyed this video and are looking forward to jumping straight into Deathloop, as we certainly are. If you would like more of what we have to offer, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button to keep notified when we upload a new video. Also, feel free to like the video and leave a comment with any creative feedback that you may have for us, or what your opinions are on the new game. Anyway, that's all for now, so I hope you have a fantastic day, and we will see you all in our next video. Farewell and stay electric.